Are you choosing your relationships out of your wounding, or are you choosing your relationships out of your evolved and healed self? And so, just for awareness, ages 0 to 7 were high imprinting ages. It created the templates for the rest of our relationship dynamics into our life. And if you have not began the healing process, then you will see that there is a repetitive patterning that is infused throughout your life. What this did is it created templates. So depending on the relationship dynamics you had with your caregivers, and that could be anything, that could be mother, father, that could be a grandparent, that could be anyone that was a caretaker of you, those dynamics that were created of wounding, you will repeat in your relationships with others, whether that's romantic, whether that is friendships, and you may be starting to recognize, or you will after this, where those are playing out and how there's a similar pattern until you start the healing process. And so many individuals are creating their relationships from their wounding, because what your soul is trying to do, what your inner child is trying to do, is heal that wounding that began in childhood. And I won't go into all the multidimensional, but there's also the past life that also impact this. For the sake of this, I'm going to keep it very much this reality. And so knowing that and seeing where these patterns are playing out, it's your soul growth that's trying to evolve out of these relationship dynamics. And until we're aware of it, or we begin that process, we're going to continually repeat these relationship dynamics. So say you had a narcissistic parent, maybe there is something else that is riddled within, maybe there was mental health and all of those things. The roles that you took on during those times are going to be very similar to how you engage in your reality. And that's beautiful to witness so you can see it and evolve. And if we don't address those things, we're going to be looking for the counterparts, the masculine and feminine energies that mirror our wounding until we address them. So once you've began the healing process, it is ideal to start redefining what relationships are for you. And that's where conscious awareness comes in. It's important to look at what dynamics are going to be most supportive of you from the evolved version. What's going to be most supportive for your life, who you are, and who you are becoming. And what are the dynamics that are in those relationships, so you know, so your human is aware of the relationships that are genuinely aligned with who you are. And so that requires you to do a little tapping into yourself and identifying what are the themes that are actually going to be most supportive. And you can do this in the different types of relationships, obviously romantic, if you're looking at friendships, if you're looking at what are the relationships in your experience that are going to be most supportive for the version of yourself that you are. Maybe the themes are love, maybe the communication, maybe it's alignment, or it's generosity. So if you haven't had a chance to look at my other video around the Trinity of Support, it is a helpful tool and process to identify what are the 3 major themes. You can go 3, 6, 9 and get deeper and more clarity as you anchor in this new template that is created in alignment with your truth. And so knowing what those are and also defining what that means. What does love mean? There can be a million forms of that. What does alignment mean? What does generosity mean to you? How does it make you feel? Because at this phase of the journey, it's about choosing the relationships that are going to help you grow and evolve as a person in your experience, if that is your choosing. Otherwise, we'll continue to learn through individuals and relationships through our wounding. And another piece to this is just because people want to be in our experience doesn't inherently mean that we have to have them in our experience. So I know if different individuals are drawn to me, it's because I've done a level of healing and I have information or codes that's going to be most supportive to you. And so if you are looking to clear the old patterns, identities, and roles that are ready to be released so you can step into the version of yourself that gets to use relationships sovereignly and in conscious creation for the life that you desire to create, feel free to check out my link tree. And with all of that, beautiful souls, I'm sending you so much love.